Ishwari was the son of a large Zamindar. I was a poor clerk who owned nothing but the wages of my work. We were friends, but we argued constantly. I denounced landlordism, called landlords violent beasts, blood-sucking leeches, barren blossoms at the top of a tree. Ishwari defended them, but his case was thin. His favorite line was that men are not equal, that there will always be big and small people. It was a weak argument, and in our heated debates I often spoke sharply. Still, Ishwari would lose and smile. I never saw him angry. Perhaps he knew his side had little to stand on. He never spoke plainly to servants. Like many of the rich, he had a streak of callousness. A servant's delay in laying bedding, milk that was too hot or too cold, an uncleansed bicycle. Any small fault could set him off. Yet with friends, and especially with me, he was gentle and politely mild. I thought, if I were wealthy, perhaps I would become hard too. Still, he loved ease and comfort by nature. That Dussehra, I decided not to go home. I had no money for fare and did not want to trouble my family. Exams were near. I needed to study. When Ishwari invited me to spend the holidays at his house, I accepted at once. He would be a good study companion.
Brother, one thing. Don't criticize landlords there. Matters will be upset and my family will be hurt. They rule their servants by saying God made servants to serve them. The servants themselves believe it. If someone tells them there is no essential difference between landlord and servant, landlordism will vanish.
Do you think I will become different at your house?
Yes, I do.
You're wrong. He said nothing, perhaps wisely leaving it to my conscience. We reached the station early, excited. In the refreshment room, the cooks and attendants, those who read people by their clothes, knew at once who was master and who followed. The money for our meal came from Ishwari's pocket. He gave a tip, perhaps more than my father's salary. Still, I expected the attendants to serve me with the same eager respect. They did not. That difference stung my pride and colored the whole journey. The servants saluted Ishwari when we boarded. They ignored me.
How courteous they are. One of our servants doesn't know how to do his work.
If you paid your servants 8 annas every day as a reward, maybe they'd be more respectful.
They're not polite only for rewards. Civility is in their blood.
I could not let it go. At a way station, a man opened our compartment. I cried out, "This is second class!"
Yes, the servant thinks so and has taken the middle berth.
The shame I felt was sharp. At dawn we reached Moradabad. Men stood to welcome us. 2 respectable gentlemen and 5 bearers who lifted our luggage. A Muslim, Riyasat Ali, and a Brahmin, Ramhak, peered at me as if I were a stranger among them.
Does this Babu study with you?
Yes, he studies and lives with me. If it weren't for him, I'd be in Lucknow, not Allahabad. I dragged him along. Messages came from his home, but I had replies refused.
They looked baffled.
But you dress so plainly.
He's a devotee of Gandhi, Ishwari explained. He wears only khadar. He burned his old clothes. You'd think he had just come from an orphanage.
The men were impressed. I felt cut but oddly drawn to the false grandeur Ishwari painted. His house was like a fort. A lofty gate, sentries, countless servants, even an elephant. He introduced me to his father and uncles with extravagant praise. Even the household began to show me respect. For all my scorn of landed pomp, I found myself playing the part of a gentleman's companion. A barber arrived to rub our feet. Ishwari signaled that the kunwar's feet be washed first. I lay on the cot and someone massaged my feet, an experience I had not known before. I used to mock the vanity of the rich. Now I felt the strange pleasure of the very comforts I had ridiculed. The days passed not in study but in outings. Boating, shooting with fishermen, watching wrestlers, playing chess. Ishwari ordered eggs and had omelettes cooked on a small stove in the room. Servants hovered, ready to do as the tongue commanded. The conveniences and ceremonies, bedding set at the right hour, water brought to wash feet, fans held while one slept, made me into a more delicate man than before. I, who had been proud of Gandhi's simple creed, found myself acting like a guest of privilege. Once a Mahra came late to set my bed. I scolded him sharply.
You did well. These loafers deserve it.
I was surprised to find him backing my outburst. Another time at a feast, the lamp on the table was unlit. I scolded Riyasat Ali so sharply he trembled and went to light it. At the Kur, who often visited, half rogue, half fanatic of Gandhi, took me aside and asked hushedly,
"If Swaraj comes, will landlords remain?"
I boldly declared that many landlords would willingly give land. Others must be dispossessed, and our aim would be to transfer land to the servants. The Thakur left enraged and returned drunk, ready to fight the village moneylender. When holidays ended, villagers accompanied us to the station. I had played the penitent social role well, spread humility, handed out small favors in mind if not in purse, and received village approval. The return train was crowded, second class was full, and we squeezed into third. The contrast between the idle luxury we had tasted and the cramped reality of travel was humiliating. Men in the carriage praised British rule, claiming courts could even punish a king. A man with a heavy bundle kept rubbing his load against my face by the door. I endured until anger seized me. I shoved him back and struck him hard twice.
Why do you beat me, Babuji? We paid fare too.
I struck him again. A commotion rose. Blows rained down on me from all sides. Voices accused me, "If you're so delicate, why not sit first class? Does wealth make a man lose his humanity?" One rustic muttered about office doors being shut against men like me.
What an idiot you are, Bir.
The drunken triumph of righteous words drained away. Shame and sudden clarity set in. By the time we reached Prayag, I felt tired, shamed, and a little wiser. The trip had taught me that condemning a class is easy in theory. In practice, the comforts of respect and service alter a man. When weariness or humiliation press upon us, even principled words can turn to ugly acts. Ishwari, for all his indulgence and the faint cruelty of his upbringing, remained neither a villain nor a saint. He possessed both the ease of privilege and occasional gentleness. People are the sum of circumstances, habits, and temperaments. I returned determined to be more careful in argument, to hold my principles, but also to understand human complexities, to temper words with compassion. Ishwari smiled as before. Our friendship, now shaded by shared experience, became more honest. Less about winning debates and more about the uneasy lesson life had taught us both.